Thick. That's more than just what's going on here. What else is that? That's got to be more than just light wire. That's not factory. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, it's coming out of it. It's right there. So it's maybe just a wide loom. Usually this comes up around here somewhere, doesn't it? Anyways, I'll do a little bit more digging. I think we get the gist. Yeah, right there. I got a ground there. There's two connectors just kind of pushed in. And that is for the license plate light, I think. Hang on. I'm gonna check to make sure that's on. Is there a trunk light in here? I don't see a switch for one. That's where some of the wiring comes through. This thing does have an electric fuel pump on it as well. Another thing that's not factory. Okay. Okay. RO number 8961, 68 Camaro, initial startup, and testing to see what works and what doesn't. Oh, right on the back here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So you have to have this in neutral, which is in gear. So that's your neutral safety switch. You got to have it in neutral here. So that's not factory wiring. We're whipping off the clutch. Gauges. Have a tank, RPM, functioning. Temperature, we'll give that a moment to move. Oil pressure works. Current voltage bouncing around between 13 and 13.5 volts. The lights on. Lights on, bring it down to just under 13. High beams. Bring it down to 12. RPM related. Turn signals. No, I'm not getting a left turn signal here. Steering column itself seems to be tipped a little bit to the left. Right turn signal, runs again. No left turn signal. Aftermarket dash. So that's going to be extra time as well. Try the wipers here. So let's try wash. So that's in the wash position. Either the spare's not working or there's no high, low, and off. Okay. Maybe there's just no what's it called in the fluid in it. Let's see if we hear it. Just key on, engine off. I push. I don't hear a pump. Fan. Keys on. I don't hear a fan. And the de-ice one does not want to move. Ah, it's very stiff. Very stiff. I don't want to break anything there. But that's radio. I don't even hear the speakers clicking. Nope. I don't even know if it's hooked up. I don't think it is. And lights back here. Really hard to see in the daylight. We have any dash lights. Get very close here. It's off. Lights on. I'm not seeing any triggers or a dimmer switch. No. Okay. Usually you can turn on the lights by turning the dimmer switch inside. I don't have any of those. Got a door pin here. But no under dash lights. And being a convertible, there's no dome light. Yeah. I think that's it for the interior stuff that I can think of at this moment anyways. Don't know if you can hear that, but it is a rattly sounding engine. Spindle does work. I can hear the exhaust hitting in the back. Backfire there. And that sounds like a diff. Changes with it, with load. Yep. Yeah, diff noise in the back. All exterior lights work, except I can't figure out is how to turn these ones here on and off. I don't see a switch with those ones. The reverse lights, brake lights, all that stuff work. Turn signals work externally. Ideally, these should have the yellow bulbs in them. They're white, or old white, and the yellow's falling off. Okay. Fast switches here. Our electric fans, again, not factory. But they do work. Yeah, power it up. Just bypassing the sensor. That's all I'm doing here. That works. Both of them. So let's have a look at this engine bay here. Trying to focus on the scratches here. Right in this area. There's a Camaro sign. Yes, there you go. You see him there. going over the fenders because we're going to be working over the fenders. I know we already did a take-in video, but just being a bit more thorough. Okay, so electrical in here. Let's have a look. This is how it kind of looks at the moment. Turn the light on. MSD ignition, that's not factory. That's going to take time to wire up the new harness too. Brake switch, that's not a factory location either. Why would we need a factory harness on this? But we will. And this is the wash pump down here. As I know before, that's where it is. It doesn't function. We haven't done any electrical testing to see if it's getting electricity or not, or a ground circuit and trigger. What's back here? Yeah. Coil wire. MSD. What was the pickup for that? Okay. The wire goes down that way. This is the one for the temperature sensor on the dash. This is the fan control one here. Not much we can do about that to make that pretty. This is all the before. Don't have it up in the air yet to look. Let's have a look underneath the dash. What are we dealing with? Quiet. There we go. Well, a little bit of ratty, but I've seen worse. And then electrical in the trunk. Along here. Tied some out here. That's a lot of. That's really thick. That's more than just what's going on here. What else is that? That's got to be more than just light wire. That's not factory. What's going on? What's going on? Oh. So what's coming out of it is right there. So it's maybe just a wide loom. Usually this comes up around here somewhere, doesn't it? Anyways, I'll do a little bit more digging. I think we got the gist. Yeah, right there. I got the ground there. There's two connections just kind of pushed in. And that is for the license plate light, I think. Hang on. I'm gonna check to make sure that's on. Is there a trunk light in here? I don't see a switch for one. That's where some of the wiring comes through. And this thing does have an electric fuel pump on it as well. Another thing that's not factory. Okay. Okay, 1968 Camaro, our number 8961. Carrying on with the wiring. So, there's all the pre-work. Just look over. So there's the starter wire. That's how the other ones run. It's kind of hanging there out in the open. The wiring in the other wheel well here. This just goes down. I'm assuming that this is for the electric fuel pump. Maybe the sender. That's what I use it for ground there. And up over here. So look at the fuel lines there. Filter. Let's look to see what else is going on down here. Anything back? No. The transmission. Zap strap to this. Look at engine oil blowing back across this thing. Looks like it's coming down from the upper intake, or like on top of the engine there somewhere, maybe a oil pressure sending unit. We'll have to look into that. But yeah. That's the rest of the wiring. Tank goes over here. That's been extended, and that's again not factory. And up behind the engine here. Yeah. There you go. That's it in a nutshell. Customers having an issue getting the oil filter on and off. It's very tight through here. And there, I am thinking, and they're wondering if they want to do a relocation. I'm wondering if there's enough room right here for one of these stubby oil filters to be able to pass through. If we can bring one in, we'll be able to just hold it up there and have a look. What is the number on this? That is a Fram TG5. So let's see if we can get a shorty version of one of those. There's some other wiring that I found. Just a sea of red. That's up in the front grill. Found the switch. It's right there. Those little lights. Behind cluster wiring. Can't get the cluster out very far. No master connector. All hardwired in. As far as I can get it. Oh, maybe there's a master connector. Is that it right there? It's all taped up. Let's give that a try. Okay, under the tape, there are two connections. Taped up here. So, greens and whites and stuff like that. Looks like it's matched on the back side. purples and pinks. All match, okay. Opened up the glove box here, and that's where the stereo is sitting. So clearly it's not using this one. That's their speakers all work. One in the middle, two in the armrest in the back. Hopefully that's got enough information in it.
Yeah, that should be good.
Part of the stereo wiring here. Just want to note that this is not hooked up. I don't know if that's purposely cut or broke off. They have a splice here going to nowhere. Interesting. Okay. Or that pull out. No, other side's never been crimped. Current status. Can't get the box out all the way because that amp appears to be hardwired into the vehicle over there. So we're gonna try to work around that the best we can without damaging the paint. So I suspect this is all for the stereo. Kind of route it that way. We got our backlight, the ignition, our key on, and then we got our battery. The stereo is these connectors, then off the yellow wire. This goes up into this harness here. How's that labeled? Just the size. These two wires that I thought were for the stereo, not to go up and follow that harness outside. Okay. Blower motor diagnosis. Blower does blow. I bypass the switch. If I go slowly enough. Where's here? Kind of hear there. Pretty good. Then it's off again. Like a dead spot. So, the very small switch spot. It's like a dirty contact. We just make it work right there. Okay. So, just trying to figure out where this other wirings is going. Now let's have a look down here. We got, where'd it go? Oh, I had it a moment ago. Okay, so we got the green that goes up to our temperature sensor over here. There's a white right here. Let's zoom in. The white is our tack wire. The red, I'll show you underneath here in just a moment. Red is red. Focus, focus. It goes underneath and just seems to like loop back out again. This goes in and right back out.
What's happening here?
And then just doing a quick video of how the MSD was wired up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. this connector here. Must be part of. It goes up underneath here, just kind of in behind the gas pedal and stuff. Up into the center console. I suspect that is part of the system for the lights up at the front. Okay, I'm gonna take the back seats out because I need to get the carpet up. The wire runs all underneath here, the channel. Up. There's a stereo but in behind that, down around the side, I'll show later. But it comes up to the back seats, and how it gets into the trunk. It's right there. So, need to make a path. And of course, it looks like we'll be okay. We'll be okay. A little bit of the sound deadening stuff will need to be removed, but not too bad. Okay, for clarity, the bottom seat here was not last gen, just slid out. This seat here, missing a bolt or a fastener or whatever it needs. And this side here, something weird. Okay, need to take out the center console. Looking for all the fastener locations. What's this? Let's make sure that stays in there. And there's a bolt there too. Oh, interesting. Main noise. Guess it's hooking up. Okay, as far as hanging down. I need to take this out so that I can run the wires down into the transmission area. Let's take this apart. Have a look, have a look. Currently the only wire in here is that one that goes underneath. That stuff there goes up underneath the dashboard. Four screws there. During disassembly, I like this mapping they put down. That's kind of nice. But that is a sloppy shifter. Got some spacers in here, so the little ribs don't bite. Let's see if we can improve that so that the shifter is more solid.